Have you started wondering why microgreens have started to become a big trend? This is a step-by-step complete guide on how to grow your microgreens right at home. Today, I'm going to share with you the reason why I've been growing microgreens for over 12 years, and I absolutely love them. And stick till the end because I have a secret tip that you don't want to miss. Hi, I'm Connor Hebel, the founder of Amelia Island Microgreens, which I started at 14 to empower you to grow your own health in 7 days. That's right, it only takes 7 days for you to have fresh live food right at your kitchen countertop. So let's dive in. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is get the Coco Coir, which is your sterilized coconut husk. And we're gonna go ahead and take it out of the wrapper. There's instructions on there. You see that little yellow circle thing? Those are your instructions. You can read them or you can just discard that as you're watching this video. Go ahead and put your Coco Coir into a bowl and get some water. I would recommend pH testing your water, which you can watch this video right over here to learn more about that. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and pour some water in. And I highly recommend warm water for this process. So the cool thing about Coco Coir, when it's compressed like this, it can expand up to 8 times its size that it is right now. Some Coco Coir pucks are really easy to come apart, other ones are not. I like to imagine one of those compressed washcloths that when you pour water on it, it expands. That's what Coco Coir is like. In this video, I ended up getting one of the more complicated ones. They usually take about half this time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and speed up this process for you. Essentially, just pour a bunch of warm water on your soil and you're ready to go. And the reason why I say warm water is if you pour cold water on, then it won't expand and it'll be a nightmare to get it to expand. It's something I've noticed throughout the past couple years as I've been growing microgreens and teaching thousands of people just like you to grow microgreens. The other thing that you can do is take your Coco Coir puck, lift it out of the container and flip it over. This way you're getting all the surface area starting to expand. And you can also take and just kind of rub off the Coco Coir that started to come off, and this way more of the water will go to that dry Coco Coir. So now that you have your Coco Coir all ready and it's ready to go, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the microgreen tray. You wanna put it as evenly as possible across your microgreen tray, and you don't want to press too hard on your soil as you're moving it across. You want it to still be kind of light and breathable without a bunch of divots where seeds can get stuck in little pockets. Because if seeds start to get stuck in a pocket, then they will clump together and potentially cause mold. So we don't want to risk that. So just keep spreading your soil across evenly. And then we're ready to go. So the next step is get your seed packet. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can go online and get a seed calculator and measure out your seeds. It's a little bit complicated. You can do that. Or with a microgreen kit, you can just go and get your seed packet. Go ahead and spread it across your soil. And for Amelia Island microgreen kits, every seed packet is the equivalent to 1 growing tray, which is about 6 ounces of microgreens. So just go ahead and get your seed packet and spread them across as evenly as possible. And another thing that's really cool is if you are more of a visual learner, which I'm assuming since you're on this video that you are, you can scan the QR code on that seed packet and it will take you to a video on how to grow microgreens. So if you get stuck along the way and the instructions aren't the way you like to learn, then go ahead and scan that QR code. So now you want to spread your seeds as evenly as possible while making sure that you don't have any seed clumps. It is really important and will make such a huge difference along the way. You want to make sure that they're super even and you're getting the sides of the tray. You don't want to have them all in the center or all in one side. And one tip that I recommend is with your soil such as a Coco Coir, get some seeds that stand out more, such as a wasabi microgreen, radish seeds. There's quite a few seeds that stand out in color that make it easy for you to see where you've been planting your microgreens. For a lighter colored soil, such as a jute mat, I would recommend your darker seeds such as broccoli, collards, oriental mustard, your typical microgreens that are easier to grow. If you find that your microgreens are all clumped together, you can go ahead and take your finger and just move them around so that they're all evenly spread out. And I'll show you what that looks like here. So now we're gonna take our spray bottle and use some of that same water that we pH tested, and we're just gonna spray our microgreens. And this is called germination. This is the time when we're telling our seeds, hey, it's time to start growing. And now we're gonna take the tin foil and we're just gonna cover up our microgreen tray. We're gonna keep our microgreens in a cool, dark space for the first 3 days. So that's super simple. Every day, all you're gonna do is just use your spray bottle and mist your microgreens and just keep them in a cool, dark space. And here you can put on your germination tracker. So that way you can keep track of what day your microgreens get out of germination and what microgreens are growing. And go ahead and spray it underneath your tinfoil. It's super important. All right, so now we're at day 1. You can already see that the microgreens have started sprouting. So now we're just gonna spray them with our spray bottle, about 5 or 6 mists. We don't wanna waterlog it. We just wanna give it enough water so that it continues germinating. And then we're gonna spray the top of the tinfoil. And then after that, it's all done and it's ready for day 2. Are you shocked at how easy it is to grow your microgreens? Go ahead and share your experience in the comments. I would love to hear, have you grown your microgreens or are you excited to start growing them? I read all my comments and I look forward to hearing what you say. If you're ready to start growing your microgreens today, then check out my free masterclass, which I've taken my 12 years of microgreen growing experience and compiled it to make it super easy and super fun for you to grow your microgreens right at home. So go to AmeliaIsland.com/101 for a free 10-part series that will take you from microgreen beginner to microgreen grower. All right, so we're back at day 2. At day 2, you can see that it's grown a bit. It's not a lot, it typically isn't. So we're just gonna mist it again and then mist the tin foil and then put it back and we'll be ready for day 3. All right, it's day 3. You can really see a difference with the microgreens this time. So we're gonna go ahead and mist them. This is the last day that we are misting our microgreens. So mist the microgreens and then mist the top of the tinfoil and then put it back. And this is the last day we'll leave it out. And it's day 4. So you can see the microgreens have really started to grow. We're just gonna throw away that tinfoil. And now what we're gonna do is different. We're gonna take about a cup of water or half a cup of water, lift up that tray, put that water down, and leave it there. I'd check back in 15 minutes, make sure that that water's gone. If it's not, then go ahead and pour that out. Now what we're gonna do is put it next to a window, ambient light. All right, now it is day 5. You can already see the microgreens are starting to turn green. We're just gonna put that cup of water in and put it back down. Check back in 15 minutes. And make sure that it has all the water that it needs and pour off the rest. Day 6. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing here. It's almost time. We just have one more day. So go ahead and put that water in and put it next to a window. You can see it's really green now, whereas it wasn't before. It is day 7. This is the day that you can start harvesting your microgreens. So go ahead and get some scissors and harvest as much as you want. You just cut right next to the soil. Ideally, don't get the soil, but as close to the soil as you can. And if you do have some soil, it's okay. It's just sterilized coconut husk. It's just not gonna taste great. And now let's go ahead and put it on our food. So today I have a pizza that I'm gonna add some microgreens to because you know, it makes it healthy, right? Doesn't it just look so much better that way? It was so much better tasting. And now we're gonna go ahead and put the microgreens that we did not eat back over by the window. And as soon as we're ready to eat the rest of those microgreens, we're gonna go ahead and harvest them. And I recommend leaving your microgreens next to the window, still growing until you're ready to start eating them. That way, your microgreens are as fresh as they possibly could be, because you can't get more farm to table than that. And you're going to have about another 7 to 14 days to eat off of them. If you haven't finished eating off of them in those 7 to 14 days, go ahead and watch this video, which will talk about the harvesting process to make your microgreens super easy to harvest and super fun. So thank you for watching this video, and I'm sure that now that you've seen this, you're starting to realize why microgreens are such a trend now and why I've been growing them for over 12 years. They make such a huge difference, and they're super healthy for you. In fact, this video right here will go really in depth on the health benefits of microgreens, and I'll give you a little hint. Microgreens are up to 40% more nutrient dense than your mature plants. Isn't that incredible? And that's just one of the many benefits of growing and eating your microgreens. If you're ready to start growing your microgreens today, then check out my free masterclass, which I've taken my 12 years of microgreen growing experience and compiled it to make it super easy and super fun for you to grow your microgreens right at home. So go to ameliaislandmicrogreens.com/101 for a free 10-part series that will take you from microgreen beginner to microgreen grower. So I look forward to seeing you in my next video, where I give you some incredible recipes to grow your microgreens. In fact, I'll be talking about microgreens on pizza. So go ahead and check it out, and I look forward to seeing you there. As always, stay awesome.